you're trapped in the wind. Now there's a horn. There's a bad air horn blowing at you. What do? Roll.
I say, welcome to Hivescom, the grim and gritty podcast for the 28 community. I'll be your host, Gage at No Clear Coat.
And I am also your host, Terry. But, I'm not on Instagram anymore. You can go check out my blog.
Yeah.
Wormhole.blogspot.com, but the O's are zeros and the E's are threes.
That's cool. You can go to W0RMH0LE.blogspot.com.
Yeah, but the E's are three. So
fuck.
Don't
do it again.
All right, you could go to...
Anyways, and who are you?
I'm Steve. I also haven't been using Instagram, so I checked it's been probably like 5 days. I checked it for maybe 15 minutes the other day while I was bored at work.
And you went,
Literally, I had like 50 DMs, and I just go, I'm not looking at any of that.
Yeah.
If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on the Discord at Steve.
Yeah, just go over on Interest We Trust. It's much easier to handle.
Or email me, I guess.
Instagram's got a lot going on.
I like emails. Emails are nice because you have to summarize everything you want to say at once, like a letter, Just at ontothedice.com.
Yeah.
At gmail.com. Whatever. I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, so you can get in touch with us in all sorts of ways.
Ooh.
Well, now I feel left out and like I have to go get a drink.
Shake that thing.
There's no ice.
Well, whatever.
I bought a Coke Zero for you in the fridge.
I brought a Coke Zero for me in the fridge, but your Coke Zero is probably taller.
It is.
And be more beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, boys, welcome back to the old studio.
The old studio. The old new studio.
The old new studio. I feel like we haven't hung out here in a bit.
I hung out here for like a couple hours the other day by myself.
Yeah, I feel like that's like last week too. I came here by myself, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'll go hang out. I bashed a bunch of dudes. And,
Did you come here the other night by yourself?
No, the other night that we went and hung out, we got Taco Bell. I just went home. I drove all the way up to Northampton, about an hour away, and got Taco Bell, and came back home, which is pretty cool. Sometimes you just need to drive away for a little bit, take a little breaky poo.
It's nice.
I like it. I like it.
Drive.
Yesterday, coming home, Paul and I we're driving back to Steve's house to get my car, and the sun was setting. It was like real nice out. I was like, damn, I want to buy a sick car just to drive only at sunset.
Cruise Horizons.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of cool.
It is sick.
You want to buy cool cars?
Dude, we should buy cool cars.
Dude, I'm down. I got money burning a hole in my pocket.
Where's your little car you're supposed to get?
Dude, he hasn't. I spent $50 to get it looked at, found out all the problems. I didn't give the guy the paperwork of what it was wrong with it, but he's like, yeah, the title will be ready like in a couple of weeks. Never, just still isn't ready. Like, because it's coming from like his mom died, and he has to have the title transferred into his name.
I see.
So it's like a whole thing that he has to wait
a lot
for.
Going on.
Yeah.
Well,
she died like a year ago, so it's like,
but that's a lot.
That's a lot. But it's been in the time. It's in the lawyer's hands type of thing. So I might just, I don't know, maybe I'll just buy a fun car.
Dude, it's cool.
I don't know enough about cars though if they break.
Yeah, same. That's my problem.
You'll be fine. Dude,
I just want to look cool. I don't want to care about it.
YouTube is like, it's crazy. YouTube is crazy for cars because you're like, nobody is going to have a video based on this really obscure kind of like strange thing, and then it's just like,
there's guys out there.
Yeah. Oh, here's how to take apart the engine on your RAV4 to like address any timing chain issues, and you're just like, wow, there's a guy, and he shows every step, and I
wouldn't even know how to identify that though. Like to identify that there's a timing belt issue. You know what I mean? Like I'm stupid when it comes to cars.
The other crazy thing is like you can. So I had this weird noise in the RAV4, and this was like a while ago, and I was talking to Paulie about it. Paulie, famous car guy, Paulie, and Paulie was like, well, it might be your axle. It might be like, your wheel bearing. And I was like, well, wheel bearing I can do. Axle, I got no real idea how to do that. And he's like, no, we'll figure it out. We would do it together. Like, no big deal. And then I'm Googling it one day because the noise sounds like it's getting worse. And some guy was like, if you put oil in your car. And I was like, wait, why would the oil have anything to do with the noise that's happening near my wheel? But I was like, screw it, rather than starting a project where I'm taking apart the wheels to fix a wheel bearing, like, let me just throw this random quart of oil in there. And the noise went away. And so I was like, what the fuck? How is that possible? How does the motor oil affect this? But it was my oil pump is on that side by the wheel, and as I was turning, it was like sloshing the oil.
So you
in
didn't
the
have
direction.
enough oil.
So I didn't have enough oil in the car because, like, I recently my RAV4. Not to get to car talk with you people out there, but it's been just burning oil like crazy, and so like I have never really had to check it before an oil change, and now I have to kind of keep an eye on it to make sure it's not
Just
getting
top
too
it
low.
off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like now I just have to check it and then top it off. Anyways, though.
All right.
So shit like
Love
that,
cars.
where it's just like a guy online on a forum being like, "Try this," and that's just like for a 2010 Toyota RAV4. There's information. A guy has a trick on how to fix this random problem. Not only that, there was a video of the guy being like, "What's this noise in my Toyota RAV4?" And he had the exact noise, and I was like, "Who would have thought?" So, anyways, cars are, I think, easier now than ever. There's information everywhere.
If you were going to get a car, like a cool car, what would you get?
I don't know. To be honest, really thinking about it too, I probably would get a motorcycle before a cool car.
That sucks.
I know.
No one to ride with.
Just don't get hurt, dude. Don't get hurt on these things.
Listen,
I think about it all
die.
the time.
Coming from from this side of the table,
Yeah.
I can tell you,
yeah,
it's
people
a
get
bad
hurt.
idea.
Yeah, people get hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought about motorcycles, but then I'm just like, because they're more compact, you can fix them easier. Everything's right there, and they can just like sit in my garage.
You could do
and
it
I
in
can
your
tool
garage.
on it. Yeah,
That's
No
the
big
appeal
deal.
to me. And
Absolutely.
You have the
from
little
bike
garage for it.
background. I'm like, I want bike again.
need bike.
Need bike.
plus it's like
My brain is
kit
pretty
bashing.
simple.
You know, like motorcycle stuff is like weird kit bashing. where it's just,
Absolutely.
like,
100%.
You can
Yeah.
buy cool things to adjust it, but
Get a
you can also
welder.
Just, you can weld random shit to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a welder, friend of the pod, Connor, has a garage. He inherited through buying a house a mechanic's garage with a lift.
No
every
shit.
tool you could need, literally everything you could need. I went there the other day to help him refinish a piece of furniture, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to work on cars. He's like, yeah, I have like every tool imaginable, but like, I don't.
That's
use them.
amazing.
Literally, the wall. It's a mechanic's garage.
That's insane.
I mean, the lift alone is just like I would drool over that.
Yes.
I always am just like, what I would do for space for a lift and then a lift in general.
There's some lore. This guy used to fix everyone's cars for cheap because he was like neighborhood, like older guy that would just like,
Those are the best.
yeah, bag of weed and like $50. I'll take care of it.
That's sick.
Yeah, those guys are the best. Just the random tinkerers.
Yeah. So if you need a welder or tools, I'm sure he might be willing to
hitting
sell
them
you.
up.
Speaking of cruising
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
I've been listening to. Occasionally, I listen to the Old Hammer Fiction podcast.
Okay.
Do you know this? Do you know-
Yeah, it's
I'm
with the
not
British
familiar.
guy, right?
I think so. And then I'm pretty sure it was Nate Dungeon that turned me onto it. I'm like 85% sure that he was the one that turned me onto it. But
It's been posted a lot too
It's
in Ross
awesome.
on Discord, and
just like somebody reading an old Space Marine story about like people in like like literal hive scum getting taken, arrested, and then
Old Hammer
we're
Fiction?
gonna take this guy and we're gonna turn him into a
It's on Spotify.
Space Marine, and like the Space Marine hulks into the room and like pats the guy on the shoulders, says, brother with us, brother, get in the rig, and it's like that's cool. It's like I was listening to one. They had like a turnip story that they were reading.
turnip story.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
so
just
he's
like a
doing
random-
like everything.
Yeah, they got all sorts of, a lot of it is Warhammer. This was like a bonus episode. There's like an hour turnip story. It's well read, but the Space Marine thing, it's split into 3 sections, and I think it's like they're each 4 hours a piece. So this guy is putting in work
that's
for a free podcast.
Lewis Davies?
He's putting in some serious work reading this all. That, as far as I could tell, there's no ads because I've never heard an ad on there. So he's just like doing
Doing
damn
it for
thing.
fun.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So I've been cruising and just like listening to fun stories.
Well, I just followed it.
Yeah, so shout out.
Wonder where he's at. We should play with him. We should hang out.
Yeah, I wonder.
If anyone knows this guy, tell him to
I
come
think
hang.
he lives across the pond.
I wonder if he lives across
Okay.
the pond.
He's very British.
He does
Well.
kind of sound British, but then I can't tell if it's just like, you read
Like a
Games
bit?
Workshop
Do you think he's
stories.
doing it
you have
that
to
way?
sound British because it's Games Workshop.
How Warhammer is not an
and then it's like
American
turnips,
accent.
of course. It sounds like British. You're like, maybe it's
All right,
also-
maybe he's not British.
He's
Yeah.
just doing it for a bit.
I think it's a bit.
Someone
yeah.
tune in. Let me
for
know.
4 hours per episode, just doing a bit. Yeah, that's good.
Dedication to the craft.
Speaking of cruising, though, you've been cruising.
I have been cruising. I went to
Chicago.
I've been everywhere. Yeah, I went to New York for a week and then came back and then kind of immediately went to Chicago, and I'm going back to New York for 2 weeks now.
Cool.
We'll
yeah,
miss you.
great.
We'll miss you.
You'll get to see Joe.
I will.
Brother Joe.
I will. I'll get to see a lot of friends. Yeah, my heart is very full lately, very fulfilled right now. Very much love both of you.
Wow.
Life is pretty tight right now. Chicago was also so sick. Kind of just like at everyone I knew in Chicago where I was like, hey, I'm here. I don't have a car.
Y'all want to hang?
I will be here. Please come see me. And it was just like people came. And that was just like, to me, that was the coolest thing that could have happened. You know what I mean? Just be like, I'm around if anyone else is. And everyone's like, of course. So
We're all around.
yeah, I went to Chicago for the Empty Bottle Presents.
You got to.
I got to read the Beyond the Gate was the name of the show, but it was Blood Incantation and William Basinski at the Bohemian National Cemetery.
Bohemian Grove?
I don't know what that is.
Different vibe. I know what
Might
you're
be
talking
the
about.
same.
Could be the same, but it would be interesting to see a bunch of presidents and high up officials just watching Blood Incantation.
Listen, so when you think of a show at a cemetery, what do you think of?
Bohemian Grove. No, I imagine it's insane.
Smoke
I
at
was
night,
yeah.
the moon is in the sky.
Yeah, I was like, this is either going to be borderline like
Candlelit.
disrespectful or like
Right? That's what I would think.
yeah, or like it's going to be just like in a park that they're calling the cemetery.
Is that what it was?
It was both. I wouldn't say it was disrespectful, but there was definitely a part where I was just like chatting on the phone and I'm like pacing around and I'm looking and I'm like almost standing on someone's grave. And I'm
Okay, so there were graves there.
oh yeah, for sure.
So at least there's that.
Yeah. So there's like this big mausoleum building that you're like next to, and they set up the stage like one of those tractors or trailer stages that like pop out,
Oh, I'm familiar.
and those it was like aimed towards the non-populated side of the cemetery.
Populated with dead people.
Correct. Yes. But very much like if you were standing up front or like kind of where we were with lawn chairs, you're just like 5 feet away from a grave.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is
Do you think
kinda
they have to get
crazy.
approval from the people buried there?
So
to do
apparently
it?
there's only the people buried there.
No,
I don't
no,
know
like
that.
the
like
families.
the families.
Oh,
I wonder.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean,
No.
that seems like
I think I'd be stoked about
Grandpappy's
that.
buried over here, and they're stepping on him. The metalheads are stepping on him.
A lot of those are very old graves.
That's-
so.
yeah.
That's cool.
But I want to shout out Austin from the Riff Worship podcast because he is friends with Chained Paul and was like, yo, I got lawn chairs. If you guys want to steal my lawn chairs, we could just chill. And he was also a chiller just to hang out and talk to anyway. So go check out that podcast or just thank him for me because my back really appreciated it after walking miles of Chicago.
That sucks.
But
You didn't scoot? You didn't scooter?
we didn't scooter.
No bikes?
No bikes. We were just exploring the city. The show was very sick. I am a big Basinski fan of all his projects. And those that are in the know. But he opened. So mind you, let me paint you this picture. Right, the sun is going to set probably in 20 or so minutes.
Yeah.
No, probably an hour. Okay.
Yes, it was 7:30 or whatever. It's the start time on
Yes,
the thing.
yeah.
Right?
So-
we have a little bit of time.
So it's still pretty daylight out. Now, everyone's in lawn chairs. They're chatting. There's burgers grilling at the different food trucks. People are hanging, right?
The perfect spot.
A perfect spot for like the most pretentious ambient artist to start playing their set. So no one fucking stopped to watch. Everyone's talking.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and he's just like, this is so cool. War is bad. Hey, it's too windy, so I don't have my tape loops.
What?
So he opens up a MacBook and presses play. And then just does like...
What does it mean it's too windy?
And then just does like dancing to his like set.
What do you mean it's
What?
too windy?
Because normally he's known for doing these intricate tape loop setups where he'll literally destroy the tapes.
They'll go
he's
like
making.
around poles and shit. They're huge, and then they run through reel.
I've only listened. I've never seen him visually doing anything.
So for people that don't know, Basinski, I think what really made him big was the disintegration loops, or disintegration tapes. But it was this loop that he made that he had like a knife kind of pressed on like a tensioner. So every like 5 loops of this piece he created, he would tension it a little more, so the knife would start killing the fucking tape.
Oh, that's so sick.
And he would drip like acid on it, and it would start like really fucking the sound up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then I think like I want to say it was under a week later, 9/11 happened, and he filmed it from his Williamsburg apartment of like the building literally just burning for the whole, and then posted it with the disintegration loop. So now those records are kind of synonymous with the 9/11 image.
Yeah.
But also they're like $5,000 fucking dollars because it's a Williamsburg thing. But it is really good. I really recommend anyone to go check it out
on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But that being said, his live sets, he normally does tapes where he puts it around bullshit that fucks with the loops that he has.
Which is cool because it's like
It's very sick because it's different for every place you go or see or anything.
and it's like a performance piece as well as being music.
And this artist who I was like surprised to even see on this, I was not informed really of anything on the trip. We got in the air and I was like, what even plane am I on? I was like, am I on American or Delta right now? I was so not in the headspace for the trip, but to get there and be like, oh my God, Basinski's playing. I'm texting everyone like, this is fucking dream come true. And then he goes on and he's just like, I don't have anything, so I'm going to press play. It was kind of like, really took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah.
It was cool to see things that I've seen him create.
Yeah, but it's just him on stage with a fucking MacBook.
Yeah, smoking a cigarette, just
What a
staring.
loser.
Yeah, I was like, this kind of sucks, actually.
Totally. Well, yeah, and then you're not going to pay attention. There's nothing to look at.
Yeah. And of course, the people I was with do not like ambient or noise sets. So
They're just like shrug.
they were like, this sucks so bad. Fuck this guy.
I'm going to go get a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that was whatever. However, Blood Incantation started like a little before sunset, and their set went through the sunset, and
That's awesome.
the production
cool.
value was fucking insane. That band is so tight. I've seen them once before, but god damn, that's truly a special band right now.
I mean, when I thought of like my vision of when I heard Blood Incantation in a cemetery was literally like giant 12-foot wrought iron gates around a cemetery with them playing like on a hill. That's what I
mean, it was
Crazy fog machine.
Yeah.
as well.
pretty
like-
damn close to that.
Okay, cool.
Just with like their setup of the stage.
What day was that?
Friday night,
I was
Thursday
gonna
night.
say, was it like a full moon or anything sick?
No, the moon was behind, but there was so much fog, and they have anyone that's seen Blood Incantation knows they travel with these obelisks that like glow during their set.
That's awesome. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really good set. And then what were you gonna say?
No, I'm just going to say they're great. I mean, there's just
They are great.
It's so good to just turn on too and just like have it in the background.
Yeah, and like just musically, it's just always they played the whole last album, and then went back to some of the others. But it was like start to finish, like I said, just such a fucking in sync band. They are so tuned together.
And they're just like they're interested in stuff that's not necessarily popular. Like they're not.
Yes,
they're not like a metal band.
Basinski
That's
was a
just, like,
booking for them for sure. I don't think
Exactly.
they gave a fuck about the crowd. They were like, "Oh, this is going to be cool."
And like, and that's what I think makes them interesting is like they, make great, technical death metal, but they're also just like, okay, we're gonna make a whole like Berlin school sequencer music Time Wave Zero album that's just all electronic just because we think this shit rocks.
Yes. And it almost, I don't want to say like a fuck you to everyone else, but it's kind of just like whatever, we're gonna do it, and because we can.
Yeah,
we're popular enough. People want to see it, and they want to see what we do.
Right.
I want to know where their brainwave is on like games, like where they sit in that realm.
Yeah. One of them was wearing a Bolt Thrower shirt. So
Yeah, like that's what
clearly
I mean,
they play Warhammer.
yeah.
well, that's like it's like kind of where the headspace is. Like you guys clearly are in this realm that we all encircle. So like, where are you sitting?
Yeah.
Like, maybe not games, but at least in like what influences them and what they hold close, like whether it's sci-fi movies or games or something in that realm.
I mean, there has to be some crossover, because you're telling me you're making an album called The Stargate and you're talking about different tablets. It's like, okay, yeah, for sure. Besides that, though, I next day got to hang out with Big Boy Game Time, Robin Bogbody, and Victoria. I'm not going to say
you should say it.
Any of her socials. Hard chillers. We got to play Rat King.
Just the funniest group of human beings,
dude.
In one spot.
My cheeks hurt so bad from laughing.
You said the picture, and I was like, I would be in pain.
What a silly group, dude! It was insane. Rat King is also very sick. I told Robin, I said, we sat down. I was like, I want you to know that even though I've been adjacent to this game for like 3 events now, I still haven't played. She was like, no, it's totally fine. The game is a lot more technical than I think people would expect from looking at it, but none of it felt unapproachable.
Yeah.
The card mechanic seems very cool.
Card mechanic is very cool. The different suits have different things when you're either offensively or defensively. So you're revealing your hand. You're kind of going back and forth, and then you can have a Joker that'll kind of fuck things up in a different way, where like you create a Rat King, and then that Rat King technically becomes an NPC. So now you're creating this PvP PvE experience where, even though you had your objectives, Steve played a Joker, and now Terry and I's models are a big bad monster. And then that big bad monster can actually keep getting bigger and bigger, and it totally changes the dynamic of a skirmish.
And then
game.
you're the Rat King. You're kind of playing against now, right?
Yes,
Like, because it's not your friend anymore.
And
It's an enemy.
It also can come from like dead models on the board.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, I've handled Terry's threat. I don't have to worry about it now. I'm going to go after Steve because he's on the objective. And it's like, oh shit, now this dead model is coming back. Now Steve and I both have to turn our attention because neither of us are going to win.
I've had this like insane board concept for Rat King. Like, I haven't played, but like reading the rules over, it looks really fun. And like, because it's like a 3-dimensional game. You can play it all over. And I have this idea of like multiple big sewer vent ports coming in with like a big obelisk in the middle, and I want to build it. And I've just been on such a terrain kick lately where I want to build, but like there's just no space for anything.
We got space.
Yeah, but like what? I build a board for
we'll
us
play
to
with
use
it
once.
You throw it in your garage, and you bring it down.
That's true.
Play again,
or we destroy it and just build something else out of it.
That's true. I guess I could.
I think that's the beauty of the studio. Yeah. I think anyone that is remotely interested should check it out. I think Rat King is definitely a real diamond in the sea right now of different games.
Yeah.
There's like a demo mode that we played because Steven and I were being bad guys while Robin was trying to tell the rules.
Classic.
Yeah. At one point she was like, "Can you guys just like kind of let me get this off my chest, and then we can go back to silly mode." And then immediately Steve and I just looked at each other and just started giggling, but then like looked to the floor, and then immediately just started playing footsie. And I'm like, all right, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, we would be kicked out of class if we were back in middle school.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's going to be my next hobby venture after the City Fight warband. I will be painting.
Yeah.
Which are Space Wolves.
Dude, talk about that. Space Wolves.
I'm doing Space Wolves. I've got 2.
Are you done with your Tyranids?
No, he barked, so I'm over it.
What about the Tyranids, though?
Tyranids are good. I have to paint the Harridan, but...
that's like last, though.
Yeah.
But you're done with everything else?
I am done with the 1,300 points. I have to pick an upgrade unit. I made the Swarm Lord, but I gave him wings. I kit bashed that.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah.
Nice.
I made the model. I'm really...
Just paint it.
No. I want to put it on like a diorama base, but I really don't like diorama bases.
Just put it on. What do you mean diorama
Because
base?
remember remember everyone listening. When Terry and I were here the other night, I put 4 wings on it. I really had this image of I want 4 wings on my Swarm Lord.
Mm-hmm.
4 wings looked stupid. It was
a lot of wings.
It's so big. The wingspan is literally so big. So it's like, okay, this model is already going to be very hard to put on the table. If I put it on like top of a fucked up crashed rhino or something, this model is going to be impossible to use. So that might just become a piece for me, and I might just make another one that's just tableable.
Well, never mind. I'm not gonna.
I just go for it, man. Just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I also
Don't listen to Terry. Terry says fuck it to everything, and sometimes fuck it isn't the way to do things.
No, get it done. Like literally just put it on a sick base and paint it up, and then it's like you'll be playing on the desert board or some shit, not a city board where you can actually like use this thing and move it around, and it'll be perfect. But if you get too in your head and you're like, well, this isn't perfect here, let me start something else.
No. I know what you're saying, and that's very typical Gage mindset.
Don't
however,
get distracted by the other shiny objects.
Yes,
That's for real.
For real. The beauty is though, right now, because of like how work is kind of fucking me and the spacing of games, I think the next time I play, I can schedule and then be like, okay, what unit can I take as like the upgrade? And I think I'm comfortable enough with my paint on this army right now that I could blast out a unit before my next game.
Yeah.
Because the other day when we were here, I painted the 2 hero units. All I have to do is paint teeth on that army and they're done.
Yeah.
And it's like
that could be a session of painting and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. That could be done today. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool. I'm
it
really
adds
happy.
a nice level to them though, when you do that. Like the eyes and the teeth sells those models so much.
So I am very happy with the project right now, and that's where I'm like, okay, well, this can live over here for now.
Yeah.
Until I'm playing it again, or like City Fight right now is kind of the focus.
Why don't you like the dog barking? That's what the wolves sound like.
Stop. I think the Space Wolves get such a bad rap because
I think that sucks. That is the worst part of Space Wolf players. Like
because they're dogs.
Yeah,
I think
they're the dogs.
No, they're like the furries of 40K.
No shit. I don't want to go down that.
Well, you're doing it. You're barking into the microphone.
Yeah, great. Now my Space Wolves are going to be yiffatized. Thanks. I think
carry on.
I think the project for that, I'm going to do like I really liked BDCF's Black Metal Dark Eldar.
Yes.
And I really wanted to do a fast, easy, dark armor, but with Black Metal faces on. I wanted to lean into like a northern Viking like black metal.
See, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dude, Red black flag. Armor with like white runes all over them.
Yes, but
I'm not doing a bit. That actually sounds cool.
No, it is cool. And then Terry did Black Templars, and I'm like, oh fuck.
What?
Listen, I was going to do Brothers of Prometheus, and I'm like, fuck, he's doing the black armor.
Yeah. We just all do black armor, which makes sense
Hive
in
Scum
City
versus
Fight.
everyone.
Which makes sense in City Fight, though. They would black armor would be more camouflaged.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I don't know. I gotta fuck with it. I think they're here. Hopefully, my only goal today, I have to clean my house, but I have to base that unit, and then they'll all be primed. So,
are you doing classic Firstborn Marines, or are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we were taught. He's like, I think I took all the Firstborns.
I have a lot. I'll bring them back.
I have a lot too.
I was gonna take the Bolter Yugen ones and just do those, but then it's like kind of taking away the old Hammer feel of it. So it's kind of like gonna.
Yeah, but it depends on what you want. Like,
I want the old Hammer.
Then I'll bring it. I just brought a bunch of random ones home. I'm sure in that box behind me a shit ton.
Do the Black Armor Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I'll do Death Company, and we'll all have black armor, and it will be cool.
Okay.
What color are you doing your bases? How'd you do your bases?
I did them Prometheum style.
Oh yeah.
All
because I wanted to pop against.
Did you bring in those here today?
Yeah, I threw them in the case over there.
Hell yeah! You want to talk about them? Get the spotlight off me.
Well, you don't want to talk about Space Wolves anymore?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah, my fursuit Marines are done.
I've been on a hobby grind, as they say. So that Thursday that we hung out, that you did the Swarm Lord,
yes,
I was bashing some whatever, and I was just putting it together, and I was like, this is no good, and I threw it back in there, and so I was just digging through our big old bits bin here, and then I found a Firstborn Marine, and I said, you know what, these little guys, they're kind of charming.
They are.
They're kind of charming. They're just like kind of silly and squat, and they
now,
don't have many details on them.
Do you think it's because of a nostalgia factor, or do you think
probably it's probably a contrarian mindset of being like,
you're the most contrarian person I know,
dude? Ever since you said that, I'm just like, fuck. God damn it!
Now you have to be
a contrarian.
Now you have to be anti-contrarian. You have to.
I have to go along. Anyways, though, so I was looking at them and I was like, these are pretty freaking neat, you know? They're pretty cool. And then you were like, yeah, they are pretty cool. And I think you even said, like, you should do them for City Fight. And I was like, okay. sounds good. And so
And then 33 minutes later, the whole army was painted and done.
Yes. So I was like, oh, I have all of those Ultramarines that I found in that tackle box in the thrift store forever ago.
Can you reiterate that to listeners?
Yes. I also like fishing. And so I went to the thrift store and I found a big old tackle box. And I said, ooh, big old tackle box. You don't
Fishing.
say. I could use that big old tackle box. And I opened it up and it was full of Space Marines, old firstborn.
Probably 2,000 points.
Yeah, a couple
rhino,
rhinos in there. There was some Eldar in there too. They were all caked with primer. Some worse than others.
Texture.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
Well, some of them it's just a blob, man.
I've been doing that lately in the Warhammer like Facebook groups where someone's like, "How do I unfuck these prime models?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's texture," and people get real upset about it.
So I found these things and they were sick. You know what the hobby regret I have? I don't have
Wait,
much
how much did you
regret.
buy the tackle box for?
$5.
Yeah, with a 2,000.
And then I got rid of the tackle box. I gave you the tackle box, remember? I said, I don't really want this tackle box, actually. It's too big. And a hobby regret that I have, I don't usually regret throwing things out. And in fact, I like throwing things out. I had all of the old Citadel pots that were in there, and I immediately threw them away. I said, I don't fucking care about these stupid things. So there was a nice little goblin green pot in there. It was all dried up, I promise. But it went right into the trash.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So I took those guys. I took the ones that were mostly put together. There was a lot of like metal shit in there too, which was pretty cool. I put them all on bases as one does, and they were looking crazy, and I wasn't quite sure how they were going to look. Primed them, and then all of a sudden it was just like, oh, okay, these guys look cohesive. They look sick. And then I just crushed through them.
Yeah.
It's 2 units of initiative.
You sent
initiates.
A project picture of them, like a work in progress of them based. Mm-hmm. And then the next picture was a squad painted.
Sounds about right.
The day later. And then the day after that was everything done.
Yeah, it went pretty quick, which is awesome.
With a guy who has very limited time.
Yeah. Well,
I want all you listeners out there complaining about not having time to paint your army. Terry, being a dad, has like, what, an hour a day?
Yeah, if I'm lucky.
An hour a day, if that.
I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm. And you painted that army how fast?
I started it on Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago, and now it's done. And it was done probably in a week,
I was sitting in a lawn chair. I'm about to see a death metal band play, and I saw a fully painted army.
It was probably a week and a day.
Yeah.
So it was 500 points. And so, like I was saying, it's 2 squads of 5 initiates, and they have sick banners that I made out of comic books, as I do.
But they're also painted over. Like, you textured them, you did a whole bunch of stuff that
they're
bring it
fully
up.
done. The only thing is I want to write the names on the bases, but that's the only thing that needs to be done. Squad of Terminators, 5 Terminators. Also, it's got a sick banner guy who's the leader, and then my my main dude, the big bad in the group.
Oh yeah, the hero
guy. Yeah. So all those guys are done, and I'm pretty stoked on them.
And they're fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
They came out good. Like I'm stoked. I
awesome.
did gloss Mod Podge on the pauldrons, which I thought was just like kind of interesting.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to do like gloss and matte in my paint
It stands
jobs.
out too. Like it makes them stand out.
Yeah, messed with Streaking Grime for the first time in a long time. I was a little bit like, I haven't fucked with this shit in a while. Like, what if it fucking ruins my main job?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, fuck it. I just gotta go. I gotta lean in and see what happens.
Right.
What an amazing product. I don't need to tell you.
Have you guys heard about this stuff? Streaking Grime?
Yeah, but it's pretty good.
Did you put it all over the model or just like selectively placed?
Some of it, there's some power weapons that I didn't put it on and stuff. And originally I didn't put it on the faces, but then I ended up just using watering it, quote unquote, down with mineral spirits and just kind of using that for the wash on the face. So it's pretty much
almost. Yeah.
Pretty much entirely done with Streaking Grime. And then it was. I'm super super stoked with the way that they looked. And
Are you gonna post them?
You don't have to.
I got an angry message from someone.
He posted them on the blog.
I posted them. You can head on over to wormhole.blogspot.com and
that's
O's are zeros.
W0RMH0L 3.blogspot.com.
I tried to change the name, and every other iteration of that's easier to say has been taken. So deal with it, listeners. If you want to go see them, they're over there. But it's like, and this brings me to a whole nother thing is, I posted them to the blog the day after I realized that there is not even a contrarian blog group. There's like people, there's like a lot of blogs that post regularly. It's not just like the people in Rusty Trust who also have blogs and created blogs when that whole Blogageddon was happening or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, dude, this is like such a healthy community of people. This is such a healthy community of people who are breaking down their process, getting a chance to write about it. And then I posted the Black Templars, and it was like, I already had the pictures because I was sending you guys updates.
Yeah.
And to type it all out, it probably took me 15 minutes. I was like, shit, this is less time than I spend hemming and hawing about making an Instagram post.
Right.
Yes.
I was like, this is how I just want to post things from now on. And then it's like a fully done thing, and it's archived, and I have my process on there for me to come back, because I don't really give a shit. I mean, people will go and see it. There'll be a couple dozen people who pop onto the blog and see it, but it's there for me. And now I can move on. And it's not just like a thing where I'm like, that was fun, sayonara. It's and I can go back now and I can make another unit of Black Templar, and I can post my process again, doing it on there. It's just, it seems like more, it has more weight to it. It's a little bit toothier. It's got like a little bit more.
Yeah. When I saw your blog, I do my little blog. I haven't updated it in a long time because it always felt like
which feels like blog things.
It just felt like a big thing every time I had to post something, which is, again, Instagram. I don't post anything on Instagram. I have so many models, but like seeing your blog post, I was like, I should just go back and document all the stuff that I've done and just make them little blog posts and not worry about it. I might just make like a new blog spot, because it's like...
Or don't, and just start from where right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I did, because it's like I can't go back and take necropolis pictures and stuff. Digging through the phone roll to find like progress pictures.
It's got to be new photos.
I just deleted 20 photos.
That's crazy.
I was just like, why do I need screenshots of like a conversation that was like just dumb shit, and I was like, this all can just go.
Yeah,
everything can go.
Yeah, I don't know. It was great, and it was much easier than I thought it was going to be. And this came after posting when I came to the games day here with all the New England War Council people, and I posted that over to the Patreon.
Yep.
If you want to go see that, you can join us over at patreon.com/Hypescum or whatever the hell you have to go and to see it. But I posted a bunch of pictures on there, and it was just like me going through and being like, and then Blur's big monster comes and attacks Tyler's little dudes.
Right.
And I was like, this took me 15 minutes.
Playing toys.
And it was fun, and it was easy, and the pictures are what tells the story, so you don't really have to do too much work. I don't know. Enough harping on my blog, but you can head on over there and see that.
Listen, your blog's cool.
Well, thank you.
And the army is cool.
And the army's cool.
I'm squirming right now because I want to go see the models that you brought.
Yeah, well, they're over there. Yeah, we'll see them afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I started getting a turnip army together.
Yeah.
Which is something that I've mentioned, or we've talked about forever, and it's something that I started, and I was like, got sidetracked, and this time I'm like, no, I'm going to sit down. Each night I'm going to make one unit. It's 3 toffs or whatever, 3 snob teams, so it's only 4 regiment groups or whatever, and it's like, I'm just going to do one group a night.
Right.
And that way it's done.
Yeah.
It's even funnier because I don't want to call it meta, right? But like ideology of Turnup is just, they're all shitty and textured and gross.
Right.
And it's like, this should be the project that lasts 5 minutes to make a guy, just gluing garbage, being like, whatever.
And it has gotten to that point for me once I got past the idea that all of these turnip armies that people are making are like so cool, and they're all unique, and they're different, and they all have like a very, we were just looking at the mold book, and it's like the moon shrine is in there, and I was like, what a cool idea. And I don't have an idea like that, but I could sit down and I could think of an idea, or I could just start making guys and hope that the idea just formulates itself. And it will. Like, I have no doubt that it will just kind of come together at the end, just like the Skaven army did, just like the Orc army has at this point. It's like things will just sort of, the story will be told through the act of making. if I spend too long thinking about it, I'll fall into the same hole that I fell into in the past when I thought about my turnip army, which is nothing happens with it.
Right.
And it's like a few dudes get made that still don't have any direction. I go, I'll come back to this later. So I'm just pushing forward, just going to get shit done, and I'll make make creative decisions as they pop into my head.
Right.
You know.
I just got an idea for a turnip army. I need to write it down.
Yeah, go write it down.
Can you diorama base turnip?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've had an idea since the game started, but I like never thought I could like just put tanks on the battlefield because I just want to have tanks. I want turnip tanks.
You can do whatever
there's
you want.
There's like
I don't
scab
know.
tanks or some shit.
yeah,
like
I thought that was a
don't
different
know.
thing though.
It might be. I don't fucking know.
You know what? Actually, I have other
About
things to do. I'm not going to do that.
I think
See, that's how I fall into with turnip. I'm like, fuck it. I'll get to this project later.
yeah, truly.
There's
just
one guy
proxy,
carrying
whatever.
the banner for the game, and it's Jesse. And Jesse, all of his models are
Mort Colas on Instagram.
are
Yeah.
so sick. Every army he does is insane and cool.
Well, and then Brad was asking about a games day, which is why I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put this together.
Yeah.
Even if it is just like a very basic, this is a turnip army. They'll be done and ready to push around on the table.
It'll
which
be
is
really
what I want.
cool to see everyone's different take on the armies for that game.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Been just kind of like, getting shit done. Anyways, Steve, what have you been up to? Steven.
I've been up to a lot of things, and I'm actually going to take a second because I don't want to, for one of the things, I want to have everyone's name, and I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
That's okay.
So I want to make sure.
There comes a time in every wargamer's life when they have to
Take a minute.
take a minute.
I need a minute.
And say goodbye to their toys. Flush them down the toilet. The more armies you paint, while Steve looks this up.
I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
The guy who burned that Dark Elf army,
He's cool.
it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I'm like, I feel like I would burn an army now. It doesn't
Wait, what
really
if we do that?
we all burn an
We
army
all burn an army down by the river
for the bit?
for the bit.
Oh, to pay homage.
Pay homage to Dark Forest 33, the guy who burned his Dark Elf
Dude,
army.
that would be honestly really cool.
I like that.
And then we never look at toys again, and we all get jobs in the stock
I have a
market.
job.
No, but
Yeah.
A new job?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a new job.
Is that what this random Dark Forest guy
no,
did?
but that's what we should do.
Okay, just
That's
go
cool.
like become like sick stockbrokers,
Yeah.
drive sick cars and slick our hairs back.
I think that's cool.
I don't have any hair. Right, anyway, Steve, so you have
What have I been working on? I have been working on... I built some mechs.
yay.
Built some mechs, which is funny because I like get really harped on like people should kit bash their models for Flames or just don't and just play with BattleTech, and then everyone makes the craziest shit. So I finally sat down and bashed some models. It was very fun.
The ones that you started at the studio that day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're right here.
Can you grab them? I want to look at your toys. I need to look at toys right now.
Here's my toy.
I really like this one a lot.
Whoa.
Did I talk about this? I feel like I might have.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You were just painting
Yes.
Yeah, so it's all done. The whole warband is done. Most of them are just Cav or BattleTech models, but this one I like took the time because I wrote like a short story based around it, and I don't know if it's going to get in the book, but it'll be somewhere at some point. Yeah, I just had this idea for like Vietnam War like pattern, like war pattern vehicles, like the
totally.
shark face on the side of the plane type vibe. I got excited and I just built some guys, and it was really fun to do, and I think everyone should do more of that. Less chaos, more cool robot bits.
Brian, surprised you found me.
He is the number one mech builder. He is the sickest.
The one he just posted the other day
With the knife, the energy
with the
knife.
Here, let me pull this up for you.
Yeah. I got
SMG energy knife wielding mech.
I don't even know what to expect here.
I think he does a really good job. I want to say it's almost like Isaac level of attention to detail with how the bits are placed on these. Here, you can flip to this. You know how to you know how to use a phone, but the way he's using time like that one.
This one,
especially, yeah, this,
blew my mind.
it's like an energy
What the hell?
spear.
with like the missile pod thing on the side.
But all of that is like perfectly scaled level shit. And
Yes.
like I know the bit, it's funny because like you stuff out of scale because Steve gets mad at you, but like there's a reason because that mech looks fucking beautiful.
Yes.
And this energy knife one looks fucking beautiful. I think I messaged him and I was just like, holy shit. I was just like, you get it. You know what I mean? I was like, this is...
Wow. Yeah, head on over. Surprise You Found Me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And look at these crazy... These are beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
And bashing mechs is something that's kind of... I'm always a little like worried because of scale. I'm always a little bit worried to make it still look like a freaking robot.
Yeah.
But those look great.
Yeah, you need tips, follow Brian.
Yeah.
Or Isaac. Those are the two that like come to mind when I think of
yeah.
like scratch building models. For
Well,
mechs.
because, yeah, and it's also like...
Weirding Way, Isaac?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Brian is doing, I don't want to say like it's realism, but like...
Industrial machine,
Yeah,
like what it
yeah.
would look like.
Right. And then Isaac has this very same thing with in-scale things that he's using. Like, I know we always bring it up, but it's like the up and down volume button on the old iPod headphones. Like,
Yeah.
perfectly, oh, that's a shoulder pad or a knee joint or
Yes.
something. I think that is so important into mech side of scale kit bashing compared to just like...
Gluing bolter to arm.
Yeah, literally. Or like, would it be cool if my Catachan had a heavy bolter rather than...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very different process, and seeing his stuff... All I'm trying to say is seeing his stuff is stretching something else in my brain that I'm like, man, I really want to try to keep it that small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't sidetrack the conversation too much, but I got the 28 magazine book.
Yes.
Yep, me too.
And
Same.
Isaac's section in there about like
I didn't get to
thinking-
flip through mine too much.
I didn't
yet, but-
either.
It's really cool. It's all just about like thinking creatively and how to like conceptualize stuff. And then there's a whole table. Yeah, I don't know. If you have the book, go look it up. It's
Well, I mean,
really
we can
neat.
sidetrack for a second.
Yeah. Because this is relevant. We'll make it relevant because I have
Yeah.
a jewelry box at home that I've been slowly putting little pieces of plastic from like
Yeah.
broken printers, stuff like
That's
that
cool.
into to try and like, but I don't look at it ever. And it's
Yeah.
a thing that one day I would like to play with.
I think that book is going to take me 2 years to fully digest.
Yes.
And I think that's the coolest part about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I was like, I started talking about it, and I was like, I literally don't like. I ran through it one time, and
How?
and this whole no, not the whole book, just that one section.
Yeah.
But even that, I wasn't able to digest
Right,
fully. Like
right.
nothing in that book I was able to digest
It's-
fully because it's so big.
It's too overwhelming. Like I open
so
it
big.
because I even felt that way with 28 Mag, where like I would try and read it, and it's like, dude, there's so much here. This is a 60-page plus magazine that like is all online. Like I have a really hard time looking at stuff on the computer, like PDFs.
same.
And I'm like, I need this tangible, and now I have a tangible, and it's like, oh, this is
It's
still a
beefy.
lot.
It is beefy for sure. And I think that's the best part though, because it's like, okay, I'm right before bed, I'm going to look through this 2-page thing,
Yes.
whatever. And then, I'm going to learn something else, or like, oh, this is in here, or like looking at it, it was like term 2023 was in there.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, hell yeah. Like now I can learn about that event before the one I went to, learn a little bit more about it, or like see the processes of how that unfolded. So
There's a whole article appearing in talking about creating Mordheim, and I was just like,
That's awesome.
I would pay for this
alone.
This alone, this just like 3-page spread of him talking about creating this world. It's a beautiful goddamn book.
Yeah,
that it's
yeah.
just hundreds of pages long. It's amazing.
And shout out Dave Taylor. That book, like in its deadline, no problems. Production values insane.
Hey, that's what happens when you don't overpromise.
Overpromise, yeah, and know what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and the stretch goals weren't like inconceivable.
No. Which by
Were
the
there
way-
stretch goals?
Yeah,
Yes.
but it was like we're gonna put like ribbon bookmarks in.
Oh, so stuff that's just like I just check a box
It's
on
literally-
the book building website.
I think one of them was hardcover, like right?
Yep,
It wasn't it just now it's a hardcover book.
Yep.
It's like okay, cool. Like that's just checking a box.
And like
That's
the little
awesome.
postcard you got with the guy in it.
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 postcards, but the one of the floating guy, the one that I printed.
Yeah.
If you guys want that printed, by the way, I could print that for you too.
I would like one. Maybe.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like stuff that's like you said, it's not just like extra bullshit that you don't
You
care
have to do
about.
more work. for
Yeah,
it. It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this-
More
this
work
is-
to enjoy something.
This is good. Yeah. Anyways, Steven,
Anyway, Steven.
Oh, anyway.
talk about
Steven.
your cool night.
Oh yeah, we did LFG night at Tunic Coffee, which
let's
is
fucking go
dude,
night.
Let's fucking go night is right. Josh was looking for people to run games.
Tunic is a coffee shop in...
Tunic is a coffee game cafe in Northampton, Massachusetts.
Sick.
The first time I heard about it, I didn't really understand because Brian was like, dude, you got to check this place out. It's going to be like a game coffee store.
Yeah.
Like, he was in talks of running games there. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And the first time I went in, I was like, oh, this is like very cute, like very stylized little cafe. And you're like, oh, this doesn't even look like anything to do with games. But then you start noticing on the wall, like all this art on the wall are like game maps, like illustrated game world maps, like from all the games that you play and you like, and like national park posters that you would just see in a place like that, but they're like video game or like RPG style maps.
Is that place close to ArcaneCon?
It's across the street.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And during ArcaneCon, this last year they did like discounted coffee and treats and stuff if you had a wristband. But Josh is very in tune with like all the creators and gamers in the area, and that's why he was doing like LFG night. He does draft night. He does
Did he
like
come
a bunch
to
of
the
stuff.
Dice Fest?
He stopped in, I believe, on Saturday.
I think I shook his hand and that was it.
Yeah, very nice dude. Tim and Dan, which I don't think he would have. Dan didn't come, but that's okay because Dan also rocks.
And the mechs you made that were for this event, kind of, right?
Kind of, yeah. They were like meant to be the bad guys for
for
like the Mill Corp that's on the planet. So I ran a game. It was Flames of Orion, but it was like definitely more tailored to be an RPG narrative experience because like LFG night is like mostly RPGs.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people that have never heard of my game coming to the table, like signing up. It's like I want to give them kind of
more
that
tailored
experience.
Yeah.
I had 4 people sign up, 4 people showed up, and yeah, it was awesome. Everyone showed up ready to play, ready to learn a game, ready to role play. Shout out to Aaron, Gordon, July, and Albie. Albie drove an hour and a half to come play.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
He drove from like Eastern Mass to Northampton to come
sick.
play in that game.
That rocks.
July came too.
July came too.
July, I just, they're on In Rust We Trust and very, very cool person.
Yeah, they live up, like, I'm not going to dox them, but they live a little bit northern of that area.
123 Fake Street.
123 Fake Street. Yeah, it was a great experience. I had everyone run one model each, one mech each. I gave them that really cool single mech cockpit character sheet. Everyone kind of lost their mind about that. They're like, what the hell is this? And then I had them, make all their model. And then they each had a pilot that if they get out of the mech, they have stats for their pilot. And it was very, very loosely based on Traveler.
Yeah.
When you're done, I have to tell you about a project.
Oh, I'm very excited. So everyone had a little like character profile sheet that very simple, like what you have, a special item your character has that means something to them type of stuff. And then we started out just like role playing on a space station and them like kind of choosing their path because I had multiple paths they could choose. It would kind of dictate how the battles went, and it would like, if you went this direction, you would get ambushed. If you went this direction, you would get the drop on the next battle type of stuff. And we played 2 full games of Flames, them versus the AIs, and they worked as a team. Surprisingly, they didn't betray each other or do anything bad to each other.
That's cool.
But it was cool. I didn't think I could finish the narrative in the 3.5 hour time frame, but we finished like right on time. Good ending. Everyone had fun. It was honestly a great experience. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
And it helped like evolve like a world that was a narrative thing from the book that I kind of was exploring, but this let me really like flesh it out because it was essentially the event from Under the Dice Fest, the Beneath the Dying Sun event that I ran, and I just evolved it more and more to be a narrative thing. So it was very cool. It was fun to explore a world with like other people interacting with it.
Yeah, I rushed over there to try and make it there, and I didn't. But I wanted to take pictures because like it being in a coffee shop is really cool.
Yes,
and I was thinking about how if you don't live near somewhere that has like a game store,
yes.
right? Or if you, maybe there's a game store nearby, but it's like all you have is the Games Workshop or something, or all you have is like maybe a local game store that's not exactly like friendly to like indie events or will charge you money to run an event or something like that. Doing it at a library or like this, like, coffee stores, even though this is definitely leaning towards, they love role-playing games over there, but like, if you're bringing in customers that are going to buy coffee, like you could probably convince like the local coffee shop to be like, can I run a D&D night here or something like that? Or can I run a little war game here on one of your tables in the back?
For sure.
The only problem is most places don't stay open late.
Yeah.
Whereas they stay open late they stayed open
this.
3 hours late for this. But they're selling coffee, so they're selling snacks and they're selling stuff, so it works out for them. But
yeah, it was just cool.
It was very. I brought my camera and I didn't take a single photo because I was just like
because you're in the mindset.
I was in the mindset of gaming.
Totally.
That's cool.
Now to do this, because I just so you would need a mech.
You need a mech
and a 28 millimeter guy
and a pilot,
and that's the pilot.
Yeah.
So it's like you're playing really with the 28 millimeter pilot.
Yep.
And then eventually you're like, okay,
yeah, jump inside your suit.
Sweet, okay, because I want to do that. I want to make. You got me. I love Flames of Orion because you love Flames of Orion. I've never really done anything with the world, and just thinking about making a mech and its pilot has gotten my that's really got me tickled.
That's I think where it gets really fun. With,
yeah.
What would this pilot's mech look like in this world? And then because then you do it 4 times and then you have your whole combat roster to play.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun to explore what your nuanced special mech would be.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's so much more personality in that type of thought that I'm like, oh, that's really got my freaking brain tickled.
And it's cool because someone was like, "Can I play 2 of the ground for? Can I have 2 tanks instead of the mech?" And it was in my head, I was like, "Oh, well, then you'd have to play 2 characters, and then it's a little." So we didn't do that, but even that, it's oh, I have my custom tank with the dice hanging from the fucking mirror type of thing, and I thought that was really cool, even to explore that. But
just some badass dude smoking a cigarette with his feet out the window of the tank or some shit, or posted up on the tank, and then the siren starts going off, and he jumps in.
Well, you saw that art that someone did the other. Did I send that to the chat? Just seeing someone just do that because they're influenced by the game is that's cool. That's so cool because that guy got it. The guy in a hammock inside his mech suit while he's just chilling while it's probably on autopilot moving to his destination. That's cool. That's
the type of shit that sells Flames on me personally, is that it's not so hoity-toity, these are mechs fighting, but it's you feel the people living in this world, and I want to be a guy riding in a mech.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy overseeing a fleet of mechs. I want to be the guy who's hanging out, and this is my mech, and it's badass Zoid style, it's got shit slapped to it that oh yeah, that's custom. I put that shit on there.
And that's always been the vision, but it's hard to, I guess, sell that to someone when you have to command 4 of them. But in my head, it's all right, each of these are a guy inside of it. It's not these are nameless soldiers. It's yo, this is probably the only mech within 100 miles. These 4 guys came together to make a crew.
This guy scratch built
with us. Yeah.
His garage, dude. He's a hobbyist at heart, and he's just hot rodding this mech together.
Yeah.
That fucking rules.
Yeah. It's been quite it's been almost an uphill battle to try and paint that picture, I guess, to everyone.
Yeah.
But it's everyone takes it for what it is, and I think that's really cool. Everyone has their own vision, and everyone does what they will with it. But it's really fulfilling to see when it clicks with someone.
Yeah, I think these little vignette things are going to really help that.
Me
too. You know what I mean? Or even if you just released a little zine of that module, just as a free thing online.
Yeah. That's what I've kind of been doing with the Beneath the Dying Sun. I've been making notes to try and make it a compiled thing to encompass a vision. And one of the guy who did that art that I sent to the chat the other day with the guy in the hammock inside the mech, I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, can I pay you to do some more sketches like that?" He's like, "Dude, I got it. What do you want? What do you want done?" And I sent him a bullet point list of any of these images would be awesome. He's like, "I'm away in Maine this week chilling, so I will bang out a bunch of these." And it's
so cool.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Very excited.
I'm excited too. And it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm just stoked on that side of Flames.
Maybe I'm going to show something. Maybe I'll show something to get a live react. Do people like live reacts? I don't know if they like that.
Well, I'm
going to show Terry
We're
first.
about to find out.
Today, listeners.
So
we're live reacting to Steve's phone.
I'm having Lettuce do some portraits, some character profiles for the things I requested you guys to do for the book.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Yo.
Should I show him? You think you should see it now or just when it's done, in the book?
No, no, show him now. A live react is pretty
All
funny.
right.
I'm looking at Yo, that's so sick,
Gage, break down what this is, right
dude.
here.
This is me in a cockpit, chilling. Damn, dude. Even little hair ties on my wristband. Usually, holy
so
shit, this
cool.
is sick.
This is from the Flames Day. One of the portraits that or just like the goofy photos Dylan took. And I was like,
Damn.
yep, that's a guy sitting in a
Dude,
mech.
the little cybernetic thing in my fucking head. This is so sick. Let is so talented. Holy fuck.
They did that in probably like a day.
God damn. First of all, thank
Insane.
Dude, the one of Dimitri.
Oh my god, that's so
Insane.
cool.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Flames is pretty cool. though.
Flames is pretty cool.
pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that rocks.
You know,
I think damn, I gotta process that. I think that leads into our main topic though. I think that is so sick. And I think
that does.
I think a lot of like extra shit added onto games is what keeps it in the ethos, keeps it popular, keeps
Yes.
it around.
like even something like that. The Age of Sigmar, like I know you did that for like our crew
Yeah,
of guys,
yeah.
but like each one of those guys is a character in a campaign. There is a story
Yes.
behind each one
Steve
of them.
is pointing to the flash sheet I commissioned Dark Wizard Berserker to
from the
do.
New Age.
From the New Age campaign of Age of Sigmar.
Like New Age could have been, not everything needs to be packed, sold, or like distributed, but like the campaign for as far as we got is something that could be like released as a, hey, you like Age of
yeah.
Sigmar? Here's how we play Age of Sigmar.
Yes.
Here are some heroes
Yes.
from our campaign. Here's some like story,
Yeah,
just as like
figure
a
it
cool
out.
filler, like to fluff something up for someone else to play in.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so the main topic for today was like what makes a successful game.
What is the measure of success for a game?
Now, when you guys say that, are you talking about like a game that you're playing or are you talking about like a game system?
I think as a whole for a game, like when someone sets out, in my mind, it's like when someone sets out to release a game, what is the
Yes.
where's the goalpost?
Right?
Do they hit the goalpost? That's success.
Yes. And like what is
Yeah.
success?
Yeah.
As far as game, because we had this conversation the other day
Yep.
where Tyler was like, I just made Inhumane Harvest for me and the people who wanted to play it. Like
Yeah,
me and
right.
the boys, pretty
Right,
much,
right.
you know. And he's like, it's insane that other people are like interested in what I'm making.
Correct. And I don't remember the exacts of how that conversation went down, but I remember being like content.
It was because the hater thing, the beef submission thing. I think I said
Yeah.
because someone had I'm doing a beef segment for Under the Dice. I'm not.
You talked about it
I'm
on the last pod.
Yeah,
That's where it came up.
That's where it came up. Someone submitted to the beef the beef submission. I'll read it out loud because it is actually pretty. good.
No. It would be cool to do some beef segments on Hivescope.
100%. So if you have beef, please forward it to underthedice@gmail.com
Yes.
and I'm going to put it in.
Steve will pick the finest beef.
This is from an anonymous submission that we know. Title, Trench Crusade Haters. You all want indie to be successful until it actually happens. This was our one chance to have some diversity in games people actually play. Enjoy your 1,000 new indie games a month instead that will be played exactly once and not even by the person who made it. Thank you.
Dude, it was like the perfect beef. Hey, when you said that, I was like, yeah. Like, that is such a fantastic point.
It
Yes.
really is.
It's a fantastic point.
Yeah.
Because why do people make their own homebrew game rules all the time and they don't even play them? They just make them and then throw it out there. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, look at this thing I made. It's like, why? Why did you make it? Like,
Right.
what is the purpose here?
Yeah.
Like, why are you submitting this to the ethos? Like, I don't know. Like, is there purpose? Is there intent? Like, do you care?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too, it's like, because I was getting a little vague when we were talking about it in the chat, but it's like Last War Day.
Yep.
I think that's a successful thing.
10,000%.
All I did was a 3-panel pamphlet of just like, this is what this world looks like. Here's a little lore about this big bad that's like on a crusade right now that is just crushing the world. And one player is going to get to fight this boss at the end, but while everyone else just fights over nothing. And that's like the whole thing. You're fighting for nothing. But that day was still very successful. But I haven't put it out anywhere. Hasn't done anything. But in the larger scheme of things, Flames of Orion, if it quote unquote dies tomorrow, was it successful? Is Flames dead?
Is Flames dead?
Pogger
face. I don't know, because the goalpost shifted with the game every time I did something with it, because it was originally like, I want to just play with mechs with my friends because I don't want to play Battletech, despite Paul wanting to play Battletech.
And I think clearly we're going to keep breaking this down, but I think right there in itself, clearly, yes, it was successful. Getting to the point where you're playing it with other people, what its intent is, I think, is the success story.
Yeah.
And I think to measure that success, you can't just say, okay, yeah, Trench Crusade hit $7 million on Kickstarter, so clearly they were successful. Yeah, in like I'm proving to my grandfather that playing games is a real job, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that when I'm also explaining that I'm playing D&D with my friends for 7 years long on no written material, that wasn't successful.
Totally.
It was, because you played with the group intended and you had fun.
Right.
This is where it's like success for each of these projects and for each person is different, and how you measure success is entirely different.
Like Trench Crusade is 100, like Kickstarter money, whatever aside.
Yes.
There's a crew in Chicago making bespoke boards for a game, converting old Mordheim boards to this new game.
Yes.
That are insane levels.
Yes.
Insane hobbyist level of details. Like that alone. Someone made a bespoke board for your game. I would say that's success.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, truly. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like Terry just said, the intent of the game is what will measure it, but also it's really a subjective thing just to the person that is measuring.
Yeah,
it's not just because I loved Last War Day. I could explain it to someone else, and they're just like, "Well, that didn't go anywhere. It wasn't really successful,
exactly,
as a project."
But it's like the same thing, because I had a lot of shower thoughts about this the other day. It's the same thing with making art. Like, people make art for a variety of different reasons, but ultimately you're making it for yourself. Like, do you want to make money on your artwork? Then your success is dictated. It's like how many thousands of dollars you sold this painting for. But do you want to like find yourself in art? Then like you don't even necessarily care if anybody sees it, because like you're just trying to explore a medium to better know yourself.
Right.
Are you trying to give gifts to your friends and family at birthdays and holidays? It's like, well, then the success is dictated on whether or not you got them done in time and handed them off to the person, and whether or not they hung them up on the wall. And so it's like all of these different things are, different versions of success. So it's like, I think about the person who makes something, never plays it, posts it on In Rust We Trust and said like, look at this cool thing I made, here you go, and then nobody else plays it. It's like, if ultimately they feel like they're like, okay, I got everything I wanted out of this project, then it's successful to them.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, that's all they really wanted, was just to be able to like, take part in this conversation. And maybe nobody else looks at this thing other than like liking it and moving on. But if they got what they wanted, then
the intent itself. I actually was having this conversation while in Chicago. I have friends that literally opened for Slipknot yesterday, and they are saying that they miss smaller shows. Like, yeah, it's insane to see 20,000 people in a field where you can't even see the ground anymore. But it's like, it's
playing the underground at the Webster is pretty cool.
Playing the underground at the Webster, where you can see all your friends, or another friend's band that is traveling South America that has under 10,000 monthly listeners, but they're getting the most interaction and FaceTime and possible, and having these insane experiences with people on this tour. Two different worlds, and they're both measuring success differently because of that.
From a game playing standpoint, I was talking to Steve about Nemo and Under the Dice Fest, which is like, that was a very successful thing. But at what point does the popularity of it cause it to not be successful anymore?
Yeah. Because by definition, success is the accomplishment of the aim or purpose.
Yeah.
So me and Paul's original inception, it was get people together to play more time.
Yes.
And like celebrate the game. I think once you get to a certain point, people are signing up just to do like the thing, like, oh, this event's going on, everyone's going, I'm just going to go do it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that does lose some of its like
Right.
what makes it special, and it does lose a little bit. So I would almost say once you hit a certain threshold, it stops being what you set out to do.
Right. And that's where it's like you can even look at something like Games Workshop and be like, did they reach their peak of success and now
They're overindulging just
and it
success.
yeah, and then like I mean once again it depends on their level of success. If it's like they're meeting their monthly quota, then they're successful.
I mean, that's what their success is now.
Yeah.
But as like a something with iconic staying power, I mean it's Warhammer, it's always going to be like fairly iconic. But like, at what point do you kind of lose success in other people's eyes because you're just like kind of selling out? You know, I mean, we can look at Magic the Gathering again for the 5 millionth time on this podcast, but it's like, at what point do you feel like they're not as successful anymore because they're just like selling out to different you know, brands?
Yeah, truly. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic because like also when you're releasing things into a community or public setting, now people are going to have their own intent for success of your product. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Like,
people
I
taking
can look at
Flames-
your success and judge
Right.
it whether it was or was not
Right,
successful.
right.
Based on their lens.
Yes.
Yeah, people taking Flames and doing their own thing with it entirely and being like, oh, we're running a Flames event in Kentucky and
We're house ruling everything to be more like BattleTech.
and it's like, and that's cool for us. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, the intent of your project now is to have fun with your friends, and will that be successful?
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like the dead game. Like, we have friends that only play games that have been dead for 10 plus years. Or it's like, I will only play editions that do not have support. Or Mordheim as a game is like, I'm only playing this. Was Mordheim successful back then?
Dude,
Right?
Probably not, because it would have still been around.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But it's like, but does that product count as...
I would say to Tomas, yes, because
Yes.
people are still playing his game.
Well, I mean, and that's,
And
the,
that's
thing.
the thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The intent of him was to get people to play the game.
For Games Workshop, though, might not be a
Maybe
successful
not.
thing.
Yeah, but
Especially
they didn't.
now.
You know, I don't know. And it's funny because I was, you know, I'm in the Mordheim Facebook group, and I'll just like kind of scroll through there sometimes, and I see people like the discussion of like, do you think that a new Mordheim will come out for the old world
Yeah.
to like essentially to do the zoom in effect, and people being like,
Why?
why do you want that? And then people being like, of course I want that. I want a modern version of the game, blah blah blah, and all these updates. And then you see people back and forth about it, and it's like
Yeah.
accepting almost of the, oh well, if we do that, then we get 5 rule books for the 5 factions, and then you have to buy it. And people are like, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Everything gets explored more, blah 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 blah. And it's like,
Well, you're just, I mean, we talked about it on the Patreon episode, but like Jurassic Park, it's like how much do you need to explore something?
Yes.
Do you need
the unknown is the cool part.
Exactly. It's like, do I need a new Jurassic Park movie where they're going to like take a look at some other side of this world, or do I just need the regular Jurassic Park and then I just get to come up with whatever
Yes.
is missing in my head?
Yeah. Just because something is old doesn't mean it wasn't successful or bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be rebranded and repolished and put out
Resold.
and resold. Yeah.
I would argue that a little bit though, because sometimes someone might have a cool idea but might not execute it in the best way. So like you
Yeah, I
release
hear
something
that.
and it's like, that didn't really hit. Like a lot of the things that were done with that could have been done better or done differently to make it a better product or a better,
Yeah.
like a more digestible thing. And then someone else goes and through their lens, they make it popular, or they make it like more appealing
Like
to people.
What is it? Star Wars Episode 1, the no Jar Jar edit, where
Literally, yes.
he dies in like 2 scenes.
Yes.
And they're like, this is a better movie.
That exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly that. Or like even in any game, like where you take a game hack and it's like, well, the game hack is almost better because it cuts
Yeah.
out a lot of
Yeah,
bloat
yeah.
or bullshit that you don't necessarily need.
Yeah, my hack of flames where I take mechs out of it.
Literally.
Yeah.
and it's just little 28 millimeter guys.
Yeah, yeah.
You're playing with just guys instead of
Just
mechs.
like grease monkey guys who are just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fighting over
yeah.
shit. Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah. I don't want to tell it on air, but remind me to tell you about Trent of Orion.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like, this is a hard conversation to have, which is why it's so great and so much fun to have, because our last conversation about nostalgia in games and talking about like, you know, this goes along with it directly. And there was so much talking on the In Rust We Trust Discord of people talking about nostalgia.
Yeah.
And
Also, shout out all the youngins that.
yes, dude.
It was truly like a cool side to see because we were like, we're not teenagers. We don't know this.
Oh,
this,
about the last question.
Yeah, about this point of view, and then everyone being like, "Yes, I am. I have rose tinted glasses for old editions because I wish I was there, but it's not like a."
I didn't get in playing that.
Yes, yeah.
Like even Sam is probably the best because I actually read Sam's response. I didn't read a bunch of them, but like saying they grew up playing 9th edition.
Right.
And it's like that's the game they played. It's like I can understand that because I did that with Magic, with you know, Kaladesh and all that stuff, like being really immersed in that set when it was going on. So, you know, we already beat that dead horse, but Sam's take was like cool because they're a younger person living it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just think that like this will generate an interesting conversation over on the Discord too, because you know, it's hard to talk about like what makes a game successful. You know, we had 2 games that came out at the same time. We had Flames of Orion and 1490 Doom. And they all both met their goals, and they both are going to be putting out amazing product for people, and they're both good games.
Yeah.
So they're both successful.
Right.
And if, let's say, people stop playing 1490 Doom, you know, or Cody gets tired of it and he's like, I want to do, you know,
anything else,
you know, 2040-90 Doom now, and I'm going to focus on only doing sci-fi stuff now, or whatever.
Cool. Space station gassing out.
Yeah. Maybe I'm only going to focus on that vibe now.
Cody, if you're listening, I'm claiming rights on that.
But like, does that mean that 1490 Doom wasn't successful because nobody plays it anymore, or nobody, like, people dropped it to go play another game that he developed or something like that?
But also, I mean, you can get real vague with this because, like, say I pick up 1490 Doom. I'm new to the scene. 1490 Doom is the first indie I pick up, right? Now that has created some level of benchmark in my brain where when I'm now going to put something out in the world, 1490 Doom influenced me enough to then make my own product. It was successful in the fact that it made me do something.
Right? Like,
but success doesn't necessarily, because that can just be, it influenced you. That doesn't make it successful.
But the creator influencing people, like, maybe that's their benchmark of
But
success.
if that's their goal, like if that's
Yeah.
But it's nuanced to each person.
That's
you know
what
what I
I mean,
mean?
yeah.
Like it's all your take. Like everyone's take can be different,
right?
and they don't have. It doesn't have to be a made money. It doesn't have to be a hit every bookmark, like benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, also, like, the initial question, the beef segment, is interesting to think about because people think we just fucking despise Trench Crusade.
It is
for some
really
reason.
funny. I do like just being like the Trench Crusade hater, even though we literally are not a Trench Crusade hater.
We're
but
friends with literally everyone that plays it
it's
or
pretty
runs
cool.
it or controls it. Yeah. But I think it's very interesting to think that we don't think it was successful because of it being monetarily successful. You know what I mean?
I do think it was successful.
Yeah,
I think it's influenced people all over the world
Absolutely.
to make models and stories and cool stuff.
I think probably like 6 months from now, I think you're gonna really see the extra shit. You're gonna see the, like, people going to Tunic to.
Well, the game hasn't delivered yet, even, right?
No, but I'm saying, like
when that game gets sent out to everyone, that's when you're going to see it. That's
Yes.
when the boom is going to.
you're gonna see, like, 5th edition D&D adventures written in Trench Crusade world, or
Literally.
like, you know what I mean? That's where it's really gonna explode, and I think that's going to be a very interesting time of success for that product.
And I would say that, like, if I was measuring my success about something, it's not about money, it's not about any of that. It is about influence going forward. I think that Trench Crusade is a successful game because of the wake that it will leave behind it. It will drive forward a wedge that's $7 million deep in the world.
Yes.
That will create, you know, I don't know, like a million games coming off the
It's the
back
Morkborg
end
effect.
of it.
What do you
exactly? It's the
Yeah.
Morkborg effect.
and it hasn't even hit yet.
And it
Like,
hasn't even hit
we
yet.
talked $7 million, like, just, you know, from the monetary side. $7 million is just the Kickstarter. Think about when it hits game stores. People getting fulfillment in their game stores of like, oh, I need a restock because we sold out because we have a bunch of people wanting to play.
Well, every friend circle also has like the Kickstarter guy, and then once they're bought into it, then everyone else will be like, oh,
did they do late pledges?
Yes, I think they made. I think because it originally was $5 million. I think the other $2 million came from late pledges.
I should have did late pledges. That was my biggest fuck up.
That's the next Kickstarter's problem.
Yeah.
I think it'll be so cool for people to see like, oh, this was an indie game, and oh, this is something entirely new. That's like, we've talked about it, like pulling people away from Warhammer and showing them that there's like, showing them the door, like we talked about on the last episode. And I think then people being like, oh, well, I really like this other obscure world. I really like, some Ghibli stuff or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to create a world that feels more like that.
There's got to be a Ghibli game out there.
I'm sure there's like probably a bunch of them, but this is giving you permission. This is like, or it's not giving you permission. It's seeing that you could have asked for permission this whole time, or seeing that you were allowed to do this thing the whole time. You didn't need to just stick with like D&D 5th edition.
Oh, you can paint your Space Marines not a color out of the book, even because it goes down to so many nuanced ways. Like not even just that, just like the storytelling, how you build your models, how you do everything in the hobby.
And it's like we've talked about how other people, I don't know if we've ever like officially said it, but other people will call this like golden age of like miniature wargaming.
For sure.
I don't even think we're in it yet. I think it's common. I think that the golden age of miniature wargaming will be in the next few years. I mean, maybe this is the beginning of it.
3D printers getting to this point is like really setting a tone too.
But like imagine that. Plus people giving themselves permission, plus the masses giving themselves permission to explore their own creative side in this hobby.
People coming out of the woodwork because they think like now it's okay to do this stuff.
Yes.
Like it's more socially acceptable to be doing this stuff, and you're getting more and more players that are like not just harping on it because it's playing with toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you are right, actually. Like, I think the lack of a better term, the 28 side of the hobby right now, like our freak culture, I think is in the golden age, but I think at large, I think you're right.
Well, okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Success, whatever measure, is that a detriment to the 28 side of things?
No.
It depends if we're talking about it on the Nemo side of it, where it's like if this thing gets too big, does it start to lose success?
Yes.
Does it become oversaturated?
I think it also has to do like someone buying a Trench Crusade model and they paint it with the John Blanche paint set.
Yep.
Is that any less than, like, say they do it really well comparatively to
Ultramarines?
No, not even Ultra.
Okay,
I'm going the other way, like Dark Isles models.
Yeah.
Like Grim Dark Compendium guy, whatever the fuck. Like
no, because I think you'll have it's the same like as the AI argument. I think.
But that's not AI. That's a guy painting
No, I
a model.
understand. But I think the more things become the same, the more they don't. Because you'll then see the freaks that are pushing it even further. I think then you get the
molds.
I think then everyone goes towards the mold era, or like everyone is like, oh, what is this totally not panicking guy talking about? Let's go to that. And then like, I think that's.
But then
it's like,
is it like an oversaturated thing, like where everyone's doing it and everyone's doing freak stuff?
I think oversaturation is definitely a possibility. I think though, if you are only looking at the oversaturated crowd, you're probably not looking hard enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if everyone's doing AI artwork for their games, you're in the wrong echo chamber.
Yeah, and the cream rises to the top, or whatever the fucking expression is, like the
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, rise to the top. You know what I mean? I think that like
I've never heard that.
It's a Macho Man Randy Savage saying. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but wrestling heads chime in.
But I think no matter what, you'll get more things rising to the top, and like that will be what you see, even if there's more stuff at the top.
Yeah.
All of the people who are like, I want to make indie game, let me put it into the AI program and make slop for you.
Yeah.
Those people will just fucking fall off. They'll go to the bottom.
Sure.
And they'll be like, why wasn't my game successful? And I was like, maybe because your dude has 6 fingers.
Yeah. Your Chat GPT Tonks game sucks.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I think that it will be, because it's like, I'll take a world in which there's different versions of mold. You know, if there's different unwanted legs out there, that are making weird shit that's totally unique and original. I'll take that world. Even if it means that sometimes you have to sift through bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Because then, like you said, then the new ones, the new era of real ones will arise.
So this goes back into another subject: gatekeeping. Is it like if someone's just putting slop out there? You know what I mean? Like, you're not really living up to like what's going on here.
But here's the thing: that's their take. So I think that's where the community self-regulates.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think the people that are putting out AI bullshit games that are like, I'm successful because my game got downloaded 100 times. No one's ever gonna fucking play that game.
Yeah, I'm more talking like model.
No, I know, and
right
then
now, but that is a good point.
Yeah, and then I think
all the art in my book is AI because I can't afford to pay artists, and I'm not going to draw little pictures myself. Like,
yeah, it's the same. It's going to be the same as models.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where this all goes.
Summary: don't use AI art. Because if you do, I'm going to judge you,
dude,
and you won't be successful.
You will not be successful.
And this is like that's an aside. This is like Tyler made his own game, right? He's doing this Revolutionary War, era game. Sorry, Dark Tyler.
Early 1900s, right?
Yeah.
1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s.
Talks sometimes, and I just
come on, dude.
No, he drew everything. He drew everything himself.
He drew everything himself.
Because he's also a good artist, though.
Dude, listen, you don't have to be some freaking
look at Mothership.
Genius.
That cover art is it's like
something.
It's really good. It's like ink pen drawn and like
expressionist style.
But it's like an unfinished drawing almost, but it evokes a response.
Yes.
Do a damn collage, man. Go get fucking some magazines and make your shit.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to stoop that low to where you're like, I don't even know how to use scissors and glue anymore. I can't possibly make something with my own hands.
But when ChatGPT can use scissors and glue for you,
dude, that's the world. Just like two little robot arms, just cutting shit out.
That's cool. Actually,
that's really cool.
I think I like AI now.
What do you think about
rocks.
like how many people are going to like be accepting of that?
Me.
A lot. Like that we're going to hit an age where people are not only
I want to be the Wall-E guy, the humans in the Wall-E universe.
Just a fat guy?
And like,
so fat and stupid and can't do anything. Can't
lard being force fed into your mouth.
That's what I want.
You get a nice little screen in front of you.
Triple Coke heavy in the cup holder.
Yeah, and I go, make collage now. While I'm getting injected with fucking proteins. Yeah,
I'm an artist.
Cool. Yeah, I'm an artist.
Your job, artist? Like
oh, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that this rocks. I think that the world will be a really good place because I think that this is where all of the freaks will end up. All of the freaks that are like wanting to break away from the bullshit world in which we seem to be heading, you know, they'll come over to this side, even if it's like whatever the 28 millimeter side of like other shit will be.
Yes.
You know, it's like you'll see, I feel like, and this is something I've been saying for a while, but it's like, I think you'll see people start making like harsh noise more. I think you'll start seeing people making experimental music more because they're tired of the polish that's being put on
everything.
Songs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean now it's just like there's AI music that's hitting the top charts of Spotify or whatever, and there's countless YouTube videos that you can go and watch about all this bullshit.
I think to tie it even back into like our main topic, just because generally every episode devolves into us hating AI, but I think getting the guy that releases a harsh noise tape that gets one download on Bandcamp is still more fulfilling than typing harsh noise into ChatGPT machine. And then also getting that success feel to then continue on. You know what I mean? I think that getting rid of the polish, I think, is what people are going to want. I think success is what people are going to want. I don't think you're getting that feel out of Enter.
No.
I bet you ChatGPT can make a sick harsh noise album. That you would listen to and be like, dude, who made this? And then I tell you and you're like gun in mouth. Like
I'm sure. I mean, if you think about it, it's like not that hard.
No.
You know, it's like it's not that challenging.
But I mean, this is a whole other topic, but the harsh noise
Sorry.
isn't just about listening to channel 3 with the cable box turned off. You know what I mean?
You sure?
I think there's a lot of performance that goes into a lot of that, or where the different textures of noise are coming from.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm sure it already exists.
How many artists on Bandcamp are just ChatGPT noise records that no one knows yet?
Yeah, I would like to be Japan Noise. Here we go, and then enter. Yeah.
Don't bum me out.
Dude, how many artists you listen to that you're like, dude, this is so good, and you have no idea who made it?
Don't bum me out. Like, this sucks. This sucks.
I saw a Stonejaw sticker in the wild in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know who put it there, but it was in the wild.
Nice.
That's cool.
Very cool. That is very cool. Yeah, I think that the future looks good. Haters. AI
see.
haters. Oh, wait, no. AI lovers. AI lovers. I'm an AI hater.
Should I look for a question?
I think, yeah. Like I was saying, I think that we're in a good place as far as I think that the future is bright, and I think that this will only people putting out 1,000 indie games isn't going to necessarily be a bad thing. I would think you'll see more independent people thrive as this comes over. Gage is.
What does Gage
what
have?
is he doing,
A
Gage?
card?
Oh my goodness! What is this?
We got mailed something
Oh wow!
When did we get this?
last week. Do you want to hit the thing?
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Hit
I
the thing.
completely forgot. I was thrown off by your beautiful.
Hit the thing, Terry.
Hit the thing, Terry.
All right. Gage, this is a
Terry?
This is a question from the Hive, snail mail edition.
Yeah, somebody sent this to us.
Yeah, this is from Mike Knife Squid on the Discord.
Oh, hell yes.
And on Instagram and other things. Mike rocks. Question from the Hive: do you have any suggestions for people who have immense difficulty reading rule books?
I mean, I think we all do.
Here's the thing.
Yes,
this is a question
I was gonna
that
say.
first you're just like, yeah, everyone does.
Don't read it.
Don't read it. But I think there's a lot more here. And I'm really glad I remembered that it was up there. I think for me, and this is coming from a place where I've taught probably 200 people how to play 5th edition D&D. I think it is more important to get into the game as fast as possible than it is to digest every single rule.
You learn the rules while you play.
Yes, and I think to be more specific, like when we were playing Vampire, there's at least 20 mechanics that we did not get into.
Oh yeah.
And I purposely am kind of trickling them in per session for what we do.
Yeah.
It's more about getting the narrative across of this world of us playing Hartford by night. I think getting the main loop of mechanics of how, like, your action economy of what you do is probably the important part to get the feel of it. But, like, Terry and I played 1490 Doom 3 times before we were like, oh, there's, like, different properties for the weapons or the classes that we're using. And we're like, all right, well, we're still judging the game based on how it is, and it's fun enough to then keep going through the mechanics.
Yes.
I think there's a lot there that people think, oh, okay, I'm going to go play the old world. I need to know every single rule before I...
You factually cannot do that.
Yeah.
I think getting into the game is more important. I think trickling mechanics to you is...
And I think that's
better.
why OPR works so well, is because the way the rules are presented is the game is really easy. You just go.
Yes.
But every unit, when you go to use the unit, has their special rules ingrained rather than in the rule book separate from
Yes,
everything.
right.
And going to other games, like recently I was trying to like pick up Liminal Horror, that game, that RPG made by the guys out west, and like trying to like, oh, I'm going to run a session of this. I have to remember how the mechanics work. So I'll like take a notebook and I kind of read through and write a note of the
cheat
most,
sheet?
like the most important
I
things
do that for
to
every single
me.
game. Yeah.
Like,
especially
Yes.
in RPGs.
yeah. And it makes it like, you kind of circle, make like a little picture or like whatever, like helps you remember to jump to that when something comes up in the game. It's like, oh, I know I have to reference this right now with a rule. And it's,
Right.
making a cheat sheet, I think, is like the best thing you can do for yourself when you're playing these games that have more than just like a page or two of rules.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to play a game, because like that works great if you're like leading a game,
Yeah.
right? But if you're playing a game against other people, more than likely you're playing a game that has a cheat sheet already. Like
Or
there's
it should.
There's a quick reference guide. If you're
Yes.
playing Warhammer
Yeah.
10th edition, there's a quick reference guide. If you're playing OPR Grimdark Future, there's a quick reference guide.
Right.
If you're playing Gaslands, there's a quick reference guide.
If you're playing Flames, quick reference guide.
Like they're more than likely, if you are playing a game and somebody else is hyped on it and you're not needing to explain it to them, there's probably a quick reference guide
Yeah.
for this game. So like that, I mean, I don't know if I would even buy the rule book. I would just print the quick reference guide and go off of whatever's on
see
there.
if you can even play the game from the, because
Yeah.
if you can play the quick game from a quick reference, that's like,
Oh, perfect.
That's a
perfect
successful
game.
Getting someone to the table to try something new is the hard part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Giving yourself permission to cut some of the rules out or not know at all or just get into the game, I think is more important.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that is going to get you further.
I do think it can water down the experience a little bit. Like if you're cutting out rules
For
without
sure.
knowing the game, but once
If you have the mindset though to know that,
Yes.
especially if you're like, oh, well, we're playing Old World, but we're technically just playing OPR, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this. It's like, well, it's because probably of how you've tailored this experience at this point.
yeah.
Because I remember Terry and I played, I think it was the first time we played 1490 Doom. We really didn't have the rules. And I was like, Terry, I think this game is like not good. I was like, I
You're
don't
playing
think.
it on a 3x4 board.
I was like, I moved 3 times and then just died. I'm like, I think this game's bad. And it's like, no, there's a size restriction to the board.
Oh,
and
that's why.
I do want to build a 1490 Doom board real bad. Like
Yeah,
it seems
yeah.
very fun to build.
Yes.
That yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the best way
Yeah,
to do it
stumble your
from-
way through it.
Yeah.
But and it's more just giving yourself permission to stumble your way through and take that for life.
Sometimes though,
Amen.
sometimes fumbling through a game cannot be fun.
And sometimes stumbling through life cannot be fun, but
That's true.
You got to do it.
But when you only got an hour or two to game each week,
To live.
sometimes that's rough.
You have an hour left to live.
Damn, that's a good question for next time. What would you do if you had an hour left to live?
I'd go pee because that's what I got to do right now. Hey, listeners. It's just me now. It's just Gage. I want you all to know that you should go chase happiness. Whatever that means to you. Whether it's emptying your savings account to go see your friends, or buying a cool car to see sunsets, or just hanging out with your friends. That's it.